Good morning out there. It's another Saturday back in the Heezy for Sheezy. It's your boy OG Bobby Ross out here. You know, I couldn't just sit by and not stop in and talk about, let's talk about what's going on in the United States of America right now, okay? I don't know if many of y'all been tuning in, especially for my viewers overseas, but we've got a president that's kind of, I don't even know how to properly describe him. Part con man, part loser, part he's just a mess. That's all he really is, just a big hot mess. You know what we used to say down south when we'd see people like him? You know, they come up to you and they just talk this nonsense, trying to big talk you, con you, because they think you're a little dumber than you really are. They think they're smarter than you. So you just look at them and you go, bless your heart. And every time I look at Donald Trump, I call him Donnie most times. Anytime you look at Donnie, I just go, bless his heart. Because, you know, he just, well, like Paul Ryan said, he just don't know no better. You know, he's new to this president thing. I don't know what I would do in this situation, you know? So, let's just do a quick recap to see. He allegedly has interactions with Russia, for those who haven't been keeping track. I'm not going to recover. Some of y'all know what that means. So, I'm not going to go back over all of it, but just to kind of quickly go back over it, they think there's been collusion with Russia here and there. Maybe Russia interfered with our elections. We're getting different stories from different people depending on who you ask. Well, at one point he fires the FBI director and says, hey, whatever, you're done, man. So he kind of, Comey, that's the FBI director, he decides he's going to call it quits because, well, the president fired him. But he ain't going to go quiet in the night. He helps leak some info to the press, but it's nothing really classified. It's nothing illegal even. It's just inconvenient as hell for some people. So he gets called to testify about it, and he's talking about it, and at one point prior to this, Donald Trump gets on Twitter, because he likes to get on his Twitter and do his tweets, as the kids say, and he says something along the lines, and I'm paraphrasing now, I hate to see, what did he say? He'd say something like, I'd hate to release these tapes of me and Comey talking. Again, I'm paraphrasing, but he's basically insinuating that there's something bad he's got on tape on Comey, trying to hold something over his head, a little blackmail. But Comey, he's like, bruh, not today. So he's up there and he's on the stand and they're talking to him, and, well, I say stand, more of just a table really. He's not on trial. But they ask him about those tapes and he says, Lord, I sure hope there's some tapes. I tell you what, that's a straight gangster move right there, as we say, okay? That's OG as it gets. Because that's so OG. Let me explain how OG this is to you. And for those who haven't caught on yet, OG means original gangster. You've been a player since back in the day, all right? You've been hitting these streets, pounding the pavement for years and years and years. You're not new to the game, okay? See, and that's the problem with Donald Trump. He thinks everyone's new to the game. At least he treats them that way. So Comey's up there. He's an OG in this game. He's like, bruh, if you got something, say it. You know, bring me them tape, player. And then, well, in this case, Donald Trump started to look like a little BG, which is a baby gangster. And his bluff got called, didn't it? Yeah, he's on Twitter today talking about he got vindicated. But Comey's like, hey, where are these tapes at? You know what happens when you call a bluff? Like, you're in the streets, someone steps to you and like, hey, I'm going to kick your ass. And you kind of step to him like, all right, what you got now? They kind of step back because, well, maybe they wrote a check that they couldn't really cash with their ass, as we like to say back in the day. So they wrote a check that their ass can't cash. Their mouth just running along. And so suddenly they start making those excuses and backpedaling, don't they? It's a little silly, isn't it? It's like suddenly they have the craziest excuses in the world, like, I can't fight you right now, player. I got this Kohl's cash I got to spend. Or, it's like, my dog's cousin's nephew's uncle has a birthday today and I can't miss that. Or, like, I got too many sprinkles on my cupcake, so you lucky I'm in a good mood. Just things like that. Just one excuse after another. And that's been kind of status quo, I think, for old Donald Trump. Old Donnie over there, And again, bless his heart. So we'll see what happens. Because Donnie's still there trying to convince us that things are better than they really are. And now people are calling him on it, The Emperor's New Wardrobe, we're starting to see that he's kind of naked standing up there. And I'm sorry to give you that visual, but that's kind of what it kind of correlates to, if you will. He's had people just tell him this, that, and the other, and he's kind of believed his own hype. He surrounds himself with yes men, and I'm not trying to get too political, but when you surround yourself with people that are always telling you what you want to hear, You rarely get what you need to hear, and I think that's the problem with this president. I also think he underestimates people. Again, bless his heart. So until next time, it's your boy OG Bobby Ross. Hey, if you see something, say something. When you see it, call it out. And that's what we're doing today. And that's what a lot of great Americans are doing. When they see something crazy like this, they're calling it out. Just like Comey called out Trump. Now let's wait on them tapes. Stay true.